Waste Potential is proud to be represented today by Think Today. Think about what kind of beer you want to open. Do you want a regular beer? Or do you want a beer enjoyed by the man in charge of all freedom around the world? Open a Bud Light today and stomp those dirty Russian terrorists in their face as you crack a tall, cool, not Budweiser, Bud. Drink a Bud today. I might crack a Bud right now, Mr. American Man. Let's go.
Waste Potential podcast is brought to you by Tom Clancy Publications. Do you love white America?
Yeah!
Do you love serving your country and shooting Russians?
Fuck yeah!
Well then join and be a part of Tom Clancy Publications.
Yeah, and join our concert where Five Finger Death Punch and fucking Stain play. Yeah!
Right, and join with us on an online community. We talk about patriotism, red, white, and the color blue, and we enjoy white people being the heroes of stories and movies and TV shows that are on Amazon Prime.
Obama doesn't fucking know.
He was not born in this country, and you should enjoy publications
God damn it.
and things that were made in this country by people who look a similar color as you. Go fuck yourself today with Tom Clancy Publications. We will buy anything and put our name on it because
Money.
American whores.
You know how honored I'd be to be sued by the Clancy family? Welcome to the first ever live. Cheer, everybody. All right, live
AIDS.
Wasted Potential podcast, where we are going to watch the one and only Air Force One in support of Ukraine.
Yay, we started this off already. We couldn't make it a minute without saying the words Ukraine. Hi, we're doing our live in-person podcast. And Shane and I have done this before. This is going to be a shit show. We are definitely in no way drunk already. Shane has picked the film.
Air Force One. I
have never seen it. We have done no preparation, but we said, who cares? We half-ass everything. We're not just do this. We have bowls full of food. We have no trivia. We have nothing planned at all.
I'll be eating macaroni and cheese the entire time.
Our signature drink that we are both actively drinking right now is the Presidential Margarita, which is made with, Cointreau, lime juice, tequila, and Harrison Ford Attitude and Sweat.
Lots of I don't give a fuck.
So many fucks to not give. Our drinking games that we have meticulously planned ahead are...
So, every time they mention Harrison Ford's military background, or, President... I forgot what his name... I keep wanting to say Jack Ryan, but it's not Jack Ryan. This is explicitly not a Jack Ryan film, although it's a Jack Ryan film.
His background, military background.
Yeah, military background.
You clarified that. Okay,
yeah.
And anytime they mention any foreign countries, we're doing our callback to our Matthew McConaughey movie. What is it called?
Nigeria.
Sahara.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever they mention... that was from our Sahara movie. We'll have ads by the end of this. I need to edit the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Subscribe, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and then send us emails if you want to join the Woodsboro Sheriff's Department at podcastwastedpotential@gmail.com. Anything else, Shane?
Send us fucking money. It's bullshit.
We're on Patreon.
Also, listen to our Big Dumb Movie podcast. Invite us on your show more so we don't have to do this bullshit anymore.
We're starting at 7 seconds with the, is it TriStar? Columbia.
It's one of the big movie pictures.
It's the
Lady Liberty.
It's the ginger bitch.
Ginger bitch. Alright, we'll turn it down a little bit. Although we won't fully get to appreciate Gary Oldman's Chechnyan accent.
There's no way that does not pick up on the background. Columbia, I was right. There's no way that background does not pick up.
All right, I'll put it down more.
Why don't you got subtitles on? I have never seen this movie, and we're half-assing this right now. So
crazy that you've never seen Air Force One.
Hey, if you listen to Oasis Potential podcast, there's one thing you know about me besides I watch like rape murder porn, is I don't watch fucking action trash.
All right, let me make sure it's turned down. We don't want to pick it up. This is a radiant picture, okay? So let me just fill you in on what Air Force One is.
Oh, it's Wolfgang Peterson. On my list of movies to watch is Troy. I like Troy. You ever seen Troy?
Oh, he did Troy?
I like Troy with Brad
I like
Pitt.
Troy.
Eric
I know he did
Bana.
Troy. Yeah, so this movie is basically, I'm going to sum it up for you. A Russian terrorist takes over Air Force One. Harrison Ford has to kick ass and then does the famous sign, "Get the hell off my plane," which Harrison Ford would go on to say multiple times in his lifetime.
By the end of this movie, if I'm not coming patriotic blood, then I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
William H. Macy.
And we're doing this film too because it's topical.
Oh, is it because fuel prices are really high, so going on, a plane is very expensive, Air Force One?
Yeah, and it's hard to picture Biden kicking anyone's ass on an airplane. Come on, man!
On one of our last podcasts, you talked about Biden kicking someone off a plane. You're saying, I'm surprised how strong Biden looks. And that was like 2 months ago. This is March 13th?
That's true. No
What
one
is
has
this?
an issue with, I think, Biden's physical stature. It's just more of his mental status.
You know what's funny is like they've been talking shit about
Glenn
Biden.
Close? I didn't
Yeah.
know Glenn Close was in this.
Cruella DeVille herself. It's funny that people have been making fun of Biden's mental status since Obama, which was
That's
Jerry
true.
Goldsmith, classic composer. Every time we do a podcast with him, I mention his name and Shane goes, meh. What's his movie?
That's true. Didn't Obama have the famous line, like, never underestimate Biden's ability to fuck things up?
It was that or
was like some,
or Johnny
like-
Carson.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson was long
All right.
dead, so
All
that's
right,
a
so
reference.
we open up. Is this underwater?
It looks like it's underwater.
No, parachuting. They're parachuting in. There's parachutists coming in.
There's a quality glare on the screen. I can't tell what's going on.
The cats haven't fixed the blinds.
Hey! Get over there and fix the blind, boy!
Also, the cats have thoroughly eaten all of Ronnie's weed.
Wasted Bunch of podcast, and no one endorses the use of legal drugs.
Okay,
in the state.
yeah. So these are... I think I remember this now. Now, we normally watch the movie and then, like, meet to do it. But I remember this, yeah.
Oh
so,
my
like,
God.
Navy SEALs take down the president of Kazakhstan. And
I like
that
how-
pisses off the Russians.
I like how it has to say Kazakhstan, former of the USSR,
Yeah, right.
because people are stupid. and don't
Never
know.
forget it was ours first.
I hope one day in the future we will have to deal with Russia going back into the area to reclaim USSR territory. Whoa, that's dead.
Oh, smoking Russians. I hope none of you are Russian. This is not going to be very pro-Russian.
Okay, here's their first shot or not here. Shane, this is the first R movie we have done on his commentary track. True or false?
Yeah, this is going to be our first R-rated.
You're dumb shit. What's the first R-rated movie we did about a year ago, actually? It involves Betty White.
Oh, Lake Placid was R-rated.
Yeah, that was our
Oh.
first R-rated movie. That was for commentary.
So this was
So
stolen
drink.
from the intro of Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen.
I think you mean Hot Shots.
All right. So they're all doing this. Oh, also drink because it's a Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Of a foreign country.
Mm. It is a former USSR. I think it's another drink as well. So another drink.
All right, so they're in
It
this.
says
building.
in Russian. They're speaking in Russian in our subtitles. Does that count as a foreign
Are they
language?
Spetsnaz?
It said in Kazakhstan, former USSR, but I don't know who's what.
So, this whole movie though is like, that's not Harrison Ford.
That's not Gary Oldman either.
This whole movie is like really playing off of the 90s like big.
No, they're American,
Yeah,
right?
those are Americans. This is playing off that huge like Tom Clancy time. Like Tom Clancy movies were huge in the early 90s. Clear and Present Danger, Patriot
The
Games.
Hunt for Red October was,
Hunt
I think
for Red
that was late
October.
80s.
it would come after this, but Some of All Fears. Like, Tom Clancy was, like, really making a run at it.
Splinter Cell.
Like,
Splinter Cell, when you get, like, the video game right now, is PS2. This is when it's popular, too.
Stephen King, like, he gave Stephen King a run for his money. Like, for book adaptations.
Well, it gives, like, grandpas and like, war dads boners. So, like, Tom Clancy still sells. My grandpa still reads it. Moscow drink. It's not a country, though, but...
It's not a Moscow.
It counts. That looks real.
It's not a country much longer, am I right? Fuck you, Putin.
And usual wasted potential timeline, I edit things really late. So by the time this has happened, we're part of, China.
Oh, okay. So this is saying that mission was in conjunction with Russian and American special forces. So
who the fuck is Radic? Is that a person or a place?
Yeah, it was a bad guy in Kazakhstan. And that's Gorbachev.
I thought that was J. Edgar Hoover. He's wearing a dress. Gotcha, bitch! Roll in your fucking grave, you son of a bitch.
That's true. This is not a pro J. Edgar Hoover podcast. What if Harrison Ford was just on, like, a sex line right now? He just has that phone to his head and it's translating. It's just, oh yeah, you want to fucking touch me? And he's like, oh yeah, I do.
I already work around the clock. Whoa, those are some Google Glass.
Teleprompter. My fellow Russians. So, it's amazing how Harrison Ford looks so young but looks so old at the same time.
He has like Billy Crystal kind of thing. Billy Crystal kind of always looked old.
Yeah, he just never had a young phase, apparently.
And Ian McKellen, same thing too.
Who's that guy?
That's the guy who's always like a weasel in movies. He's always the weaselly guy.
He's a weasel. Oh, and that guy too. He always plays like the president's aide.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Side note, the president has AIDS.
Oh,
I was going to tell you this. I didn't get a picture of this. In where I live, which is not going to be mentioned here, so you guys can't find me because I'm going to say some shit about it. There's literally a place that's called Hearing Aids. There is no E.
Oh, my fuck's sake.
Yeah, and they don't know the difference. They're like, yeah, that's Hearing Aids. But there's no E.
Oh, that's excellent. All right, so this is big. So all Tom Clancy books... Have you read Tom Clancy before?
He did Jason Bourne, right?
No.
He did James Bond.
Sure.
He did
not
Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Ian Fleming. Nope, didn't do Ethan Hunt either. No.
I'm close.
Okay, well, as a self-proclaimed big Tom Clancy fan, I've read a lot of Clancy books, and a staple is a staunch conservatism. And it is always like pro-war. Now, shocker that an author who writes about special forces like solving the world's problems is pro-war. But like everything in it, so like in his books and his films, it's always like, we took down this guy, but we should have taken him down years ago with a CIA hit team. Like, it's always like, okay, Tom, like, we can't just murder world leaders. Like, he's pro-world police for sure. And, like, I get it. It's what he panders to. It's, like, what he's all about is, like, military and stuff. But, like, literally Harrison Ford just gave a speech like, yeah, we took down Radic. He was an evil dictator. We should have done it years ago before we killed all those people. And, like, it is just classic neocon conservatism in every single one of his books.
We should have drank her to like a person of color came on the screen, because there is none in this movie.
We'd be sober as a clam.
This is red, white, and blue.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
He's fresh out of
Jean Reno's Hitman film.
Fucking The Professional?
The Professional.
I've never seen that. I was thinking
we're gonna do a glass half full on that.
Lost in Space.
Oh, hi, kitty.
Why would I want to mention The Professional when I can mention Lost in Space?
Lost in Space.
He's a little man, 155 and 5'11".
Oh, I know. Gained some weight, man.
If you don't know, it's Shane's Dimensions. It's very pathetic.
Oh, we should have drank every time there's a Lincoln Continental.
We should drink her to my orgasmed America. Who is bitch?
Hey, she's
Melanie Mitchell.
Oh, I was gonna say she looks like
It's like Dana Barrett.
Martin Short. She looks like a female Martin Short.
I was gonna say Dana Barrett, like from Ninja Turtles, but you know what? Martin Short sounds way better.
Yeah, she does it. And I only pulled that on my ass because I just watched Only Murders in the Building.
I watched, I think, the Sting. No, the Nathan Lane episode where they, spoilers, when they think it's Nathan Lane. It's as far as I got, and there's like the backstory behind what happens. It's as far as I got. I didn't not like it. I just was like, it's fine, but I enjoy.
It's good, but it can meander.
I enjoy their chemistry. Whenever it's them two together, Martin Short and Steve Martin, I'm laughing my ass off. Love it. But whenever Selena Gomez is on it, I'm just like, I don't care.
Oh, so this is another thing, too. Jack Ryan in Tom Clancy books becomes, like, president in, like, the later ones.
What?
Yeah, he goes from being a CIA agent to the president, which only furthers our suspicion of the deep state.
Of course. Hashtag lizard people.
Hashtag lizards. But he never sticks to the script, right? They're always like, so we're going to do this and this. And he's like, the Democrats are ruining everything. It's like, okay, let's stick to the script, Mr. President. But yeah, like, and oddly, you wouldn't think it, but in the early 90s, staunch conservatism was like kind of present in movies.
This is right after Reagan, though. This is like
This is like Clinton era, right?
What's post Reagan, post Bush? So maybe people are still kind of digging it. What year is this? I don't know. I have not seen this movie. I don't know what's going on. What year this is? Is this 92? I'm just thinking
of this movie would not be made today because like they've tried and it's called Olympus Has Fallen, and it's not nearly as Roland awesome.
Emmerich. This is 97, so this is definitely Clinton.
Height of Clinton. Maybe Hollywood hated Clinton.
I could imagine why. Okay, I have some shot or not questions about presidents to see if I can trump, no pun intended, for Shane here and see if he knows things about history. Okay, Shane, who is the only president in U.S. history to hold the job of a hangman?
Andrew Jackson.
Incorrect, but I would have given you points for that one.
Yeah.
Grover Cleveland.
Really?
Yep, I knew that beforehand.
I just picture, like, Andrew Jackson would definitely murder people.
Old Hickory.
Old Hickory. All right. So, we've established that Harrison Ford pissed off everybody because he told the Russians we acted too late. And he's saying everyone's pussies and we should have killed him earlier. And now he's getting on his plane. And Gary Oldman is obviously not a terrorist.
William, Barbados drink. Wait, so you're telling me the plot is Harrison Ford, the United States president, talks shit, and the terrorists got mad and just happened to get on his plane and is now going to do this?
Can we insert a compilation of presidents talking shit?
I'm only going to put presidents talking shit throughout this. For our shout outs, we'll do like the correct buzzer will be presidents that we respect, and the incorrect one we won't be.
Here's what we're going to do, too. I'm going to introduce the game right now. Oh, and he played football at Notre Dame because he's an all-American man.
And he loves children.
And really loves children. Notre Dame.
Rudy.
If you can guess who the bad guys are when you see them.
Well, that one guy...
Other than Gary Oldman.
Well, that one guy I saw was obviously bad.
Which one?
Well, he's bad.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy's bad. He's rolling his eyes angry. No. He's a White House aide and he's upset about what he's saying. He's talking out of turn. Right. The other guy, the tall, the guy who looks like the Tick. Peter...
yeah.
Fucking shit. What use am I can't remember that guy's name. Excuse me. He played Darth Maul. He was Darth Maul's voice.
Ray
Peters... No, that's the actor. The voice was Peters... the S. Here's the Tick. He's amazing.
I like the Tick.
Peter Serafinowicz.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Okay, where Shane lives doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Good.
Yeah, great guy. Hilarious.
Yeah, I'll drink. That guy's definitely bad.
Well, there's a guy who looks like him and he's bad.
Oh, there's a woman and she has a choker on, which means she fucks. And it's the president's daughter, so she definitely fucks.
Is that Alicia Silverstone or Silverbone?
Oh my god, yeah.
Why didn't we watch like a Batman movie? That'd be timely. We'd actually get viewers. Who the fuck cares about Air Force One?
Oh shit, we should have watched Batman Forever, but we watched Air Force One.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well, we're all the way in.
Demi Moore here is acting a fool.
Oh, they're obviously not Russian, guys.
His hairline says evil.
He's just staring. He's like, yeah, what the menu, please? What are you? New York reporter for the Times.
You call this vodka?
What would you like? Vodka and communism. Okay.
Looks like a not Jessica Alba.
Yeah, she does look like a mini Alba. Oh, she went to a refugee camp in Russia today. There's none of those. We stand with Ukraine.
I sit with Ukraine.
I sit. I'll stand. I'll do whatever for Ukraine.
Except for go back to the active
I
service.
ain't fucking going back. This gout is ridiculous. All right, you can't take me. You can't have me. I have 100% disability. You can't get me, Army.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. So I want everyone to know my cat is now officially live with us here. Hello, kitty.
Harrison Ford is a beautiful, beautiful man. Until post 97.
Yeah. Oh, he's drinking beer. See, he's like the everyman president.
He is.
He's just drinking Budweiser, watching Notre Dame.
Which president, Shane, on top of my head right here, was voted most wanted to have a beer with? It's the most obvious president there was.
Give me a second.
Oh my god, you really don't
Jimmy
know?
Carter. No,
You're kidding, right?
I'm going to say Obama.
It's W.
Oh, really?
That's, well, okay, at this top of my head, I heard that back in college, was everyone was always said, like, that's the president you want to have a beer with, but not the one you want to lead the country.
I could see that. I can see that for sure.
I can Google that, but that's why.
Well, I just thought of Obama because he had the beer summit with the racist, or like the cop that arrested the professor who said that he was arrested because he was racist, but it turned out the professor was just a drunk asshole.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Take,
I don't know what he's talking about. Don't hold me to that standard.
And like, yeah, it was just Republicans are bad.
Welcome to the podcast.
What kind of freaky shit do you think has gone on Air Force One? Now, I think JFK is responsible for most of it.
All the stains.
Yeah. But Clinton probably gave him a run for his money.
I'm sure there's a switch that they click and it becomes 50 Shades of extra gray because they're all fucking old. And they just, like, do some kinky shit. Some, like, little people come from down. Some dirty come from the floor. And they just, like, act a fool and get crazy. It's the only thing I can think of.
Didn't JFK, like, notoriously have, like, women brought onto Air Force One? Like...
See,
like
those are the rumors that I have only heard and never actually read anything about that. That looks fine. That looks fine. For 97, I think this was his, that composition's fine. The putting the plane on the background of the clouds.
Yeah.
Do you think that all the blankets on Air Force One actually have presidential seals, just in case they fucking forget who owns this plane?
Just to make sure people...
We should trigger to saw a presidential seal. That would be great. There's like
my
2 in
God.
like 10 seconds here.
They just do it to make sure people don't steal it. Okay, Ronnie, true or false? Mm-hmm. Wolfgang Peterson was unable to film this on the actual Air Force One.
True. There's no chance in hell you could do this on Air Force One.
Okay. So this is me doing trickery.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but it's false. So the true part is that Wolfgang Peterson was actually denied access to real Air Force One. He wanted to film it on it, and he couldn't. It took a phone call from Harrison Ford to the White House to get onto the Air Force One.
I'll drink to.
So the president
Harrison
held
Ford.
out for a fucking phone call from Han Solo. Hey, look how young William H. Macy is.
I didn't even see him.
Look at him. He's like the Air Force general right there.
This is only 97. This is like after Fargo, though.
He's looking good.
Fargo's
This is
95.
a pre...
Berlin, Germany, or drinking. See, right there. That guy's obviously bad.
That guy's bad.
That guy's Peter
Yeah.
Serafinowicz looking.
William H. Macy. What's the show he was in?
Shameless.
Yes. There's a dirty hobo.
Our hero.
Look at him. He's like, yeah, I'm Secret Service.
I think
but
we
I'm
watched
bad.
2 seasons of Shameless, and we're like, we get it.
Oh, dude, I got so fucking fed up with Shameless. I really enjoyed, like you said, like the first 2 seasons. You're like, oh, this is a good show. And you're like, no one ever progresses. They just stay in the same place.
They're just trash.
Doing shitty shit.
Oh, you got clapped.
Headshot.
Those are some squibs. Those are nice.
Those
Man,
are good squibs.
I just watched the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie, and that's all just like CGI blood, and it looks like a joke.
Terrible. Squibs are the best.
I love it. There's a little bit of authenticity. You can tell it's too dark of blood, but I like just the reaction because there's a physical movement to it. It just looks authentic.
Authentic?
That's a word.
Authentic?
Nope. Authentic. I'm gonna do a hashtag authentic. Everyone from now on. Oh, they're like an elite group.
Oh, so he opens it up. They smoke it out. And
Wait, how are there guns in there?
Because remember the authentic.
I remember.
Guy?
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause I know what's going on in this movie right now.
The authentic guy went up there and he opened the drawer that opened up all the security shit, and so the terrorists are stealing all the Secret Service shit. And now
Wait, so Secret Service get to have guns on the plane?
You're
like,
goddamn right they do.
Oh, wait, and these Russians just like got to walk on there, like, and no one did a background check on Air Force One. It's not like a public plane.
They did. They got on because they had media credentials. Also, you're telling me that the Secret Service, the guys chosen to like protect the president, are
and our dollars, and the U.S. Treasury.
This is unconfirmed, but I am pretty sure that the president travels with a detachment of Delta Force operators, which are like our top military commandos.
That can't be cheap.
At all times, and they're always hidden. They're like always hidden. So like,
let's come out of the paintings.
Yeah, they get painted into the wall. And they just like it's the eyes that move around the.
They give quadruple overtime. I've been painting this goddamn wall for fucking years.
But like, you're convincing me that these random Chechnyan terrorists can outgun and outshoot the
Rammstein.
The Secret
Rammstein.
Fire.
We drink to Rammstein.
Rammstein.
Ernie Hudson.
In reference to our Triple X. But yeah, I think that the Secret Service would fucking smoke these guys. Like, I don't care if they had like better guns. Like, these guys would take those fuckers down. I don't know. It makes for a good movie, though.
And Donald supported the invasion of Iraq.
Wrong.
That is
wrong.
So here they are. They're trying to get Harrison Ford down to his like escape pod, which I actually do believe that Air Force One probably has some sort of escape pod.
Is it like a Dr. Evil egg too, or no?
Yeah, I would love to hear like a Secret Service member's take on this. To be like, this is fucking horse shit. You know.
This just gives me like. Did you ever play, speaking of Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Siege?
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it.
Well, like, there's a level where it's like on like Air Force One, it's on a plane, and you have to like, it's the thing. It's a cool like level, and I'm just getting that vibe. I'm sure it's where they got it from. Idea.
Probably. So they're scrambling fighters. I'm sure it's in the protocol to do that. But like, I always wonder, like, he's in the escape pod. I'm sure there's an escape pod. There has to be an escape pod.
Wait, why would you shoot into an escape pod if you want to get him alive?
So
wait, they think he's gonna like abandon his daughter and jump out of an escape pod?
He fucking should have.
But
and then they'll shoot that motherfucker down.
I'm just saying, like, he thinks like they're actually gonna abandon his wife and kids. Like, he's much of that coward. I don't know. I'm not watching this movie at all.
When's the last time someone made a serious play on the president? Like
Reagan?
Like a serious.
Well, that we know of would be Reagan,
fuck.
right?
Probably Reagan, right? Because he actually got shot. And then he, like, trolled the fucking shooter. He's like, ha, missed.
Brady Bill.
Yeah. It has to be that, right? Because, like, 9/11 wasn't really a play on the president. They hit the Pentagon, but, you know, that was the U.S. government, so.
We sit on the podcast and no way believes that at all, or at least half of us don't believe that.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably Reagan.
Are they going to make Glenn Close the president now?
She's Nancy Pelosi.
Why no? I thought she's the wife. She's not the wife? She's not the wife. The wife was much younger looking.
Wife is up there.
She's Speaker of the House or is she Vice President?
Yeah, she's Speaker of the House, I think.
Who's Vice President?
No. I thought it was Morgan Freeman.
I have not seen this movie. I couldn't tell you.
I think you're right. I think Glenn Close is the Vice President.
Okay, that's the most far-fetched thing. I believe a woman could be Vice President of the United States. Like, I don't believe that at all. Sarah Palin was not elected. What other female would be Vice President?
Dude, remember when she was almost our Vice President? John McCain was going to be our...
She'll always be my Vice President.
Oh my God, the pornos that came out of her.
And the So you're not watching the movie right now. The Russians are taking over the plane and they're shooting through the cockpit to get into the cockpit.
Okay. Yeah, so Air Force One's doing an emergency landing, and they're trying to do it before the terrorists get in the cockpit, but Gary Oldman
They're going to put C4 on the lock and be enough to blow it up without
is
killing them
putting
all.
Play-Doh on the lock and blowing it up.
And then a firework goes off.
Now, granted, like, this is bullshit. Those pilots would be like, fuck you, and fucking crash that thing into the ground. At least that's what I would do.
Only half of us here at which
Yeah.
the podcast is suicidal.
Instead, they're pussies and actually pull up. Like, you can stop this whole terrorist plot right now if you just fucking gun it into the ground.
Okay, speaking of conversation starters here, we're talking about pilots here. Guess what the legally allowed amount of alcohol that a commercial pilot can have in their system to operate an airplane?
Did you get this from the movie with Denzel when he does cocaine?
No, similar story, because I have a little story that ties with that, but a recent pilot got in trouble for having 4 times the legal amount of alcohol in the system, but there's a legal amount that pilots can have. Guess what you think that is in their system for operating a plane?
Oh my God, this CGI. I'm
Beautiful.
gonna say 0.03.
Ooh, 0.02.
Wrong.
Anyone who operates and works in an airline can't drink 8 hours before a shift. So there's a certain amount of legal. This guy was 0.08.
Wrong.
Which is just normal drunk people.
That's not even drunk. That's like a beer.
Of operating an airplane, and then he got fired because he was too drunk to operate it. And it means if a pilot's too drunk, it means they were pretty fucked up.
If they found out you're drunk,
Maybe it's 0.04.
the funny thing is, the Southwest Airlines let him complete the flight before he landed.
JetBlue.
No, JetBlue. Oh, excellent.
Oh, I guess I'll just bleep those out, but I probably won't.
Yeah, fuck it. If JetBlue comes after us, fuck them.
Well, they're the ones who reported it, so it's a news story. But yeah, they had to fire him because he was too drunk to be a pilot, which is, man, I don't want to fly anymore, knowing that, it's like a common thing.
All right. So now we're in, the White House command room, right? Where they find out that Air Force One's been taken and that it has gone back in the air. All right. So now Glenn Close is taking charge. And they think that Iraq, Libya, or Algeria could have taken it. Another staple of Tom Clancy.
Anyone that looks slightly Muslim.
and not Tommy Lee Jones there.
Oh, 0.04. I was wrong. That's why it made more sense.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Which is half of what
All right.
the quote-unquote legal limit there.
So now the Russians are like, we did it. We took Air Force One. Which, I don't think that's ever happened.
Who the fuck cares?
What?
Like, why would we care if our president was captured? Who cares?
Yeah, we got plenty. Nancy Pelosi can run the country.
It'd be just as fucked as anything else is.
Has anyone tried to steal?
The only thing close would be like, was it Iran? The Iran standoff? The one with Jimmy Carter in the 80s? The Olympics? The one that movie Munich is about?
February 5th, someone tried to break into Andrews Air Force Base where Air Force One is stationed.
Get him. What's that movie? Munich. Was it Iraq or Iran that kidnapped the Olympic
Munich
plane?
Was
Munich, Germany, but obviously like
no one kidnapped. Oh, I know what you're talking
the
about.
Iran. I thought it was Iran.
No, you're mixing a bunch of terrorist events together. No,
I don't know things.
Munich was a Palestinian, I think.
Oh, we're gonna offend everybody.
Oh my god, no! But it was some sort of like group, Muslim terrorist group, kidnapped. Not saying Palestinians. Oh fuck.
Which bunch of podcast believes that your beliefs are okay?
Yeah.
We want to be friends with Muslims and Muslim children.
Palestinian terrorist group Black
Okay.
September. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Google.
Hey, you fucking assholes.
72.
No, they kidnapped all the. Which Munich's a good fucking.
It's a good movie. We should talk about that as dirty fucking.
Yeah, no, they kidnapped the Israelis and fucking did all that shit. I think they killed them, right? Or they were killed in the rescue.
They were killed in the rescue.
Yeah, because it was before. Which little nerd fact was, I think the creation of GSG-9 was because of that incident where Germany made their anti-terrorist.
Now I'm going to get confused with Argo with Ben Affleck. That was that was Carter. I'm thinking
that
earlier.
Was Iranians
Munich
too.
Is much earlier. I'm getting all my terrorism confused.
Yeah. So here we are with the president's wife, and she's like, "God damn it, you're hot, Gary Oldman. He's so fucking sexy." And he's like, "You want to get with it?"
He's the same kind of mustache, like facial hair gap that I do. See over here, like that, like same thing, same gap.
You got the Gary Oldman gap.
The Gary Oldman gap.
The Gary gap. So what I want to point out here, it's not really pointing out. Gary Oldman is a damn good bad guy.
He's a damn good at everything.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Even when he plays like a boring character, he's memorable. Like he's memorable, like Commissioner Gordon, even though like that's the boring part.
Yep. So the key to this movie is like, it's kind of a shit premise. It's kind of dumb. Like Olympus Has Fallen. Like we're gonna compare this, or I am, to Olympus Has Fallen a lot.
I've seen other movies because I don't watch action shit.
Olympus Has Fallen is garbage, but this movie is also garbage.
Isn't James Wood the bad guy in that?
I think so, but it's
E.T.
This is elevated by the actors.
Wait, so Harrison Ford does a Die Hard thing?
Yeah, this is Die Hard
with an old guy. This is old
there
Die Hard.
This
is current Die Hard. Then
this is post Die Hard. But Die Hard's like 91. I think.
No, I mean like it's old man Die Hard.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
current Die Hard because Bruce Willis is old. The joke's
Yeah.
ruined. He smokes. You can tell by his teeth.
He's the everyman president.
Loser takes a drink. Who is Harrison Ford married to? Do you want me to tell you?
Give me a sec. Goldie Hawn.
No. Do you want me to give you the name of the TV show she's from? Might help.
She's a blonde lady.
Yes. Ally McBeal.
No shit.
The stupidest name ever of an actress. You don't know? Callista Flockhart.
Oh, Callista Flockhart. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I knew that one. Well,
Apparently not.
I didn't know it, but like when she said it, I was like, that's right, Callista Flockhart.
There you go. We have not prepared for this at all. I'm just pulling shit out of my
her
ass.
life must be miserable. Like, he does not seem like a happy man.
Whoever did Glenn Close's makeup in her IMDb picture needs to be shot.
She's naked in that.
No, she's just tan body and a lot of makeup to make her look
Glenn
nice.
Close could get it. I'd give it to her.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Okay.
All right, let's here. I'm gonna do some of this.
Okay, so right now the only... Oh, 2 black people. Never mind. I take it back. 3 black people. Oh, my... 4! Oh, my God. This is 90s diverse.
This film is
5.
so representative.
Glenn Close does not age. She looks the same in the past, 30 years.
All right. Who was the first president to use the Air Force One call sign?
What's the call sign?
To call it Air Force One.
Oh. Flight. Who would be popular moving around the world? I'm going to guess JFK.
This isn't the first president to fly. This is the first president to call it Air Force One.
I was going to say JFK. So I'm going Lyndon B. Johnson.
You're close. You're within the same. It's a little before though. Dwight D. Eisenhower. He was the first one to coin the phrase Air Force One. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to read the whole reason why. He just did it. But the first president who was ever known as the flying president. You want to take a guess of that?
Well, it's not.
It's post Wright brothers.
I was going to guess. It's not Taft.
They couldn't find a plane big enough for him.
I'm going to go FDR.
Close. It is a Roosevelt, but it is Theodore.
Way earlier. Wow, I'm way off.
Yeah, he was the first one. He took a ride in a Wright brother biplane. So, barely post Wright brother. All right, there you go. So now this is where he's giving his we will do this for the brothers of Kazakhstan. We are brothers of General Reddick. I think they're ex-soldiers of his. And so they're mad now. And so they're going to take it down.
Okay, here's our presidential trivia. Who is the only president born outside of the United States?
That's Obama, right? Because he's born in...
Yay! We did it! We did it! We did it together!
No, there was... Someone was born on an Air Force base.
Fuck if I know.
Oh, fuck. It was Senior, right?
Oh, no, I didn't. I just made that shit up. There is no president born outside the U.S. besides Obama.
I think there was a president born... technically he's not born outside the U.S. because he was born on, an Air Force base or something, but, It's Obama, because he's... Okay.
Who is the shortest U.S. president, Shane?
Shortest.
Old, very
James
old.
Madison.
What the fuck? Did you know that?
Boom.
How'd you know that?
Because the King of England used to make fun of him. And I saw Hamilton.
They make fun of that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I want to drink because I don't know Hamilton more than you did.
Suck my cock.
I watched Hamilton, then got bored and passed out.
Yeah, I got some trivia we'll hit in a second. It's a 2-hour movie, so...
So they're wearing red ties and suspenders. So this is obviously a true patriot movie.
Yeah. There's so many Clancyisms. I wish you were a big Clancy guy, because we could totally just start drinking the Clancyisms.
I can make jokes that are probably gonna be Clancyisms because he's low-hanging fruit.
Clancy definitely voted. Well, I think he was dead by Trump, but he definitely voted for Trump
in his grave.
Yeah. I like his books, though. I'm a big Clancy book guy. It's I
like Splinter Cell.
Yeah, it's a damn good game. But I don't even think he wrote a book about Splinter Cell. I think that's just the family idea, or some sort of short story idea. But they're fun books. They're like Stephen King horror, but for action books. I'm sure someone here that's listening is.
Yeah, my grandpa.
Yeah.
Only you and him are the only people I know who's read Tom Clancy books. Legitimately.
Without remorse, baby. Not the Amazon shithole. I'm talking the real book. Where he fucking bangs a hooker that gets killed and he's out for blood now.
I'm out for blood. I'm banging.
Alright, so now Harrison...
Wait, so, this is, legitimate, the premise of the movie is Harrison Ford kills terrorists.
It's Die Hard. Yeah, it's Die Hard on an Air Force One. But with Harrison Ford.
This movie's embarrassing.
And that guy is blind. And it was...
Oh, you think you're right. Tom Clancy had nothing to do with Splinter Cell.
No. Yeah, it's just...
They just put his name on it?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
Crazy.
There's
I
a
didn't
lot
know
of
that.
stuff that the family just puts their name on.
Just because it will sell more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good for them.
It's kind of
I
like
swear to God.
It's kind of like Madden would roll in his grave if you saw how shitty the new Maddens are. But
This is just like the Rainbow Six. Like this is like this exact same formation shots of this. I'm sure they stole his idea from this.
Definitely. We should have drank every time there was like some sort of like direct drawback to Die Hard.
Yeah, or the presidential seals. Like that one's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of presidential seals. Is there anyone? No, there's no president here. Oh shit! Okay,
This movie's boring. Why are we watching this? Tell us why we're watching this. Tell us the scenario. Why are we doing this shit right now?
in support of Ukraine
Oh, of course.
because we're taking down Russians in the air. Can you imagine Biden stuck in the air with a bunch of Russian terrorists? What if he like actually would kick their ass?
He actually does the full Air Force One
Yeah,
thing where
like,
he actually kicks their
what-
asses.
Like, what would Fox News say if fucking Air Force One got taken by terrorists and Biden single-handedly killed everyone on board and landed the plane?
He goes to a PTSD
Yeah, you know, like-
flashback and goes, and it's time to fuck you.
What would Fox News say? How would they spin that? Would they be like, well, it would have never even got kidnapped if Trump was president?
Exactly. Trump wouldn't negotiate his way out of it, wouldn't have
Yeah,
to actually
yeah.
fight and kill them.
They wouldn't have dared Joe Biden. Like, what? I'm curious, like, what Laura Ingraham would say with, like, Biden comes down with, like, an AK and a bunch of heads, and he's taking the heads of terrorists.
I think Sean Hannity would just start, like, jerking off, being like, this is my president, finally. and
Sean
apologize.
Hannity would have been like, it's a sad day to see that the terrorists did not win.
Fuck you.
Yeah, they'd be like, they weren't terrorists, they were patriots. Like,
I can't use any of this podcast.
yeah, it's truly spent. I am smiling, though, thinking about how, like, but it works the same way, too. What if Trump kicked a bunch of fucking ass on an airplane and, like, saved it, and CNN had to, like, spin it to not be that he's a hero?
Or all the dirty Californians.
Uh.
You dirty fucking hippies.
Okay, so that guy is the Secretary of Defense.
I
Oh,
thought he was on the plane.
so now they're doing what obviously politicians would do, is they're arguing about who's in charge now, which I think it's pretty fucking clear that when Air Force One and the president are taken hostage, the vice president is in charge, aka vice president. Like, no,
Shane, you're assuming that politicians have read the Constitution. That's like asking way too much of them to do that.
could you imagine if they asked Nancy Pelosi to quote the Constitution?
She could probably quote like
Or
3
even like
lines.
Mitch McConnell. They just got them together and were like, say one line of the Constitution. They'd be like, everyone has the right for the pursuit of happiness. It becomes evident.
The quote, Jefferson said, life, liberty, and pursuit of property.
Yeah, in pursuit of property. Jefferson was
I don't believe Harrison's
in
a
the
dirty
pursuit
Russian.
of gains.
Look at that man's chin. That is not a Russian chin. That's a manly chin. Oh, that's not Harrison. Never mind.
Who's the buffest president that we've had? Like, who's like probably like the most muscular
JFK
president?
is the youngest, but I wouldn't call him muscular.
I'm gonna go Teddy. I think he's probably our most muscular president.
He was probably still riding
Teddy
horses.
kicked ass. He fought in fucking war like right before. And also, little known fact, do you know the Rough Riders were a totally like illegitimate unit that he threw together?
Yeah, they're like...
I think we discussed this in another podcast.
I don't think we did, but they're like Sons of Liberty kind of thing.
Yeah, like it's literally the equivalent of like in the Iraq invasion if a bunch of fucking Hell's Angels showed up with fucking M16s like, brothers, let us lead the way. Because like Teddy didn't want to miss the war, so he gathered a bunch of his buddies and some horses and fucking went to Cuba.
Yeah. Borderlining, Sons of Liberty, borderlining KKK.
Oh yeah. Damn, Harrison Ford just kicked his ass. Beat him with a barber chair.
He just looks confused. His mouth opens like, what is going on? I need
Well,
some
because he's
oxygen."
supposed to be like the everyman. He's supposed to not be like an ass kicker. He's supposed to be like,
Oh, I get it from his stance. He looks
He's
like
supposed
a
to be
goober.
like if the Marlboro Man took over the plane. Like,
Okay, so I just Googled the most muscular president. Want to guess number one?
I'm gonna go Teddy.
Donald J. Trump. According to his doctor, most muscular president. I'm just saying.
Oh no! Oh no! Donald J. Trump hasn't lifted a weight in fucking a century. Like,
He lifted his weight. Come on.
Eisenhower is probably pretty muscular.
Well, in that stupid article that doesn't look real at all, it's Teddy Roosevelt. So I'll drink to you.
Yeah.
I think Teddy's a good
Teddy
guess.
was at least the manliest. Like, he was the most like man's man.
Oh no, sorry here. It says Vladimir Putin's the most muscular.
You're
US
goddamn
president.
right he is. Take it to the. Oh no! What have I done? I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I'm gonna start backtracking immediately. Zelensky's my hero.
He was no one's hero until he was the hero. It's kind of like Rudy Giuliani. He just fell into
Yeah,
heroism.
right. Just kind of fell into greatness. Like,
Okay, according to this random ass thing,
all right.
Teddy Roosevelt, John Quincy Adams, George Washington, George W., then Barack Obama.
Who? Oh,
Barack Obama.
I was like, who's?
I feel
Barack
like he
Obama?
was pretty young and fit enough.
Barack Obama's
He's
probably
probably
pretty fit.
two.
I heard he like exercised and
He
shit.
played basketball.
Yeah.
So
Donald J. Trump did not exercise when he
I
was
don't,
the
it
president.
says on Google that he was the most fit, and I believe it. God damn it! Facebook says so.
Oh man. How does he have a hole for everything? We should have drank every time
He's
Harrison
got
Ford.
a little hidey hole.
Every time he finds a hidey hole. Hey, Bounty. And Bud. He's got Budweiser. Holy shit. Yeah, it's weed. This isn't Clinton's plan, alright? Alright.
Have you watched that American Crime Story about Clinton, the impeachment one, where he with Monica Lewinsky? Yep, the American Crime. It's like the OJ.
No.
I haven't watched it yet either. I want to watch it.
Was it?
It's with Clive Owen plays Bill Clinton. Isn't that a weird casting?
What an interesting casting.
That's Wayne Knight. We had some Jurassic Park. This is
Hey.
not the 90s without Wayne Knight. Go back. Get off Glenn Close's face.
Yeah, fuck you, Glenn Close.
Oh, it looks like Wayne Knight. It is not Wayne Knight, but it looks like him, right? Looks like Newman.
Newman. So I've not seen that, but I have been watching Worst Neighbor Ever or Worst Roommate Ever on Netflix. It's a bunch of murders by roommates.
Oh, okay. I think
Yeah.
I've seen that.
And one was like this old lady that was taking in hobos and then killing them and collecting their social security checks. Okay. So here's what I don't understand. And I'm sure they explain it in this. Is like, oh, yep, they're like real Russians. They were in Afghanistan. Yeah, they're fucking legit. So what I don't understand is you kidnap Air Force One, right? So I'm sure they'll explain
Why?
it in this film. What's your exit strategy?
I was thinking, I have given this movie zero thought. Now I'm thinking about the plot. Why do you care? They literally have in our Constitution a backup plan in case the president's dead. So why do you care?
And like, think about it now. Nancy or fucking Kamala Harris would smoke Joe Biden as soon as he was taken hostage by terrorists. She'd be like,
Yeah.
shoot it down. Like, man, we can negotiate. Shoot it down.
Pull a full like LBJ thing and be like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'll sign this shit. Sign me
Oh
up.
my god. Well, LBJ killed JFK, so is that a hot take now? Is that still a hot take?
I think only Marilyn Monroe cares about that joke,
Yeah.
and she's dead as shit, so it's fine.
Well, JFK killed Marilyn Monroe, so
So many jokes.
didn't she OD'd, right?
She OD'd.
Yeah, after the mafia fucking used her to. Okay, there's a whole book on it.
So we live in the Golden State, and and an area in our Golden State. Palm Springs has a big old statue of Marilyn Monroe, and every year they have a huge like protest about getting rid of it or keeping it because it's her doing the whole dress thing, so you can see up her skirt. So is it like, you know, feminism or is it indecency? And every year they have a whole like problem, angry. And look, it's doing remover.
Give me more. It really is, though. Like, it's very masculine, Demi Moore. And then that guy, Weasel Scum.
So wait, he's not Russian? I guess not bad?
I think he's getting paid.
What do you mean? Why would he get paid? Oh, he's one of those crisis actors. Those dirty crisis actors who fake Sandy Hook? Yeah, of course.
God.
That's who he is.
No! That was the end of him! Oh.
I did it.
Oh, God. This movie's full of crisis actors. So they're negotiating right now. And he's going like, I want the release of Red Video.
Oh my fucking God.
Holy shit! He just shot that guy!
He shot the weasel.
Oh, National Security Advisor.
NSA?
He's not alive anymore.
Glenn Close, come on.
Oh no, a rich, dirty politician got shot. Forgive me if I'm having a hard time feeling bad for these fucks.
Glenn Close has spent her entire 6 years focusing on the environment, doesn't know shit, so it's a very inconvenient truth that she doesn't know how to negotiate shit right now.
Think about it though. How let's play this scenario out. Air Force One has been taken.
Okay.
Politicians are being executed in Air Force One. How many Americans are going to give two fucks about the people killed?
Half of them. Like, okay, if Biden's up there,
that's true,
and he's trapped, like crazy Trump Republicans are like cheering. It's the best day of their entire fucking lives.
They're like, oh my God, what's the Secretary Speaker Jen Psaki? They're like, has been executed, and Trumpers are gonna be like, yeah, bitch, die. But then let's reverse that, and the Trumpers are up there. And the Democrats are like, fucking shoot him!
Dude,
do it!
Democrats are jerking off, having huge orgies, coming on faces, children,
CNN's
going crazy.
hosting like, do we shoot down Air Force One with everyone aboard?
Mm-hmm. How do we shoot them down faster?
Yeah. Why have we not shot them down yet? It's really awful to be an American.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Welcome to the Waste Potential Podcast, where we're self-loving citizens.
So now Gary
Oldman
is now threatening child with sex times, and Demi Moore is very upset.
I know many people, and does extend, they would pay top dollar for you. How old are you? Doesn't matter. You look good.
Where's Baltic Sea? I will take.
So in this scene, Gary Oldman's doing the whole like, am I really bad guy? Your father also asshole. Does that make me asshole? and then the daughter also like does the full like, my dad's a goddamn hero. And like, I like this because viewing from the lens of not 1997 but 2022, where I hear a man go, my family was murdered by a robot that was controlled by your father.
It's like,
one day I'm at wedding, next my whole family dead.
Now
like,
I kiss you on the forehead.
Yeah, like I just picture all the innocent people that have had their family smoked at a wedding or a fucking family dinner because one of the family members was an asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like a fucking mafia, basically.
Yeah, like, it's like, could you imagine? Think about when the last time, like, this is going to be a little hot take, but like, last time you've gone to a wedding, right? How many people were there? 100, 150, maybe even 80. Did you know everyone at the wedding? What if one of them was a cocksucker wanted by a fucking foreign government? And you're sitting there drinking beers, going, da, 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 all dancing, right? And then a fucking missile hits the wedding because one person in that fucking crowd was an asshole.
Waste Potential Podcast does not want to bomb the Jews. I'm just saying, talking about, like, you know, like...
That's true. Why do I think about when I think of weddings, I always think of...
You saw my nose and you're like, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Harrison Ford. Definitely Jewish.
What if the operator's like, prove that you're the president? Oh, it is! It's gonna be some old lady that's like, I don't know, you're not a president.
I didn't vote for you, cocksucker.
Yeah. Okay, you're the president, and I'm Scarlett Johansson, okay?
It's 97. Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Barbara.
isn't this a Die Hard steal, right? Isn't this a scene where like the guy comes from behind John McClane?
He's on the radio, like, I think.
I'm thinking of the point where like doesn't the guy come from behind him and turns and just fires at him? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen Die Hard. You watch Die Hard once a year. You should know this shit.
It's Die Hard-esque. Like,
Die Hard doesn't have moments. Well, it's not the president, so they don't have these board meeting
and
bullshit
Die Hard
things.
has like payoff and setup a little better than this film does.
It's a good. Well, no, it's not a good. It's a fucking phenomenal action.
Yeah,
film.
it's probably one of the best of all time. And they're all cheering while he's got a gun to his head.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not buying these guys as Russian. That guy looks like cheap Ty Burrell.
He looks like there's a Netflix version of Dracula. That guy. His name's Klaus or Klus, something like that.
Klus Dracula.
Yeah, Klus Dracula with pockmarks.
Yeah, that guy had some bad acting back in the day. One thing I
Glenn
did
Close's forehead though.
hell of a
Quality.
forehead.
Ellen DeGeneres would be jealous of the haircut.
You know,
right there.
if I'm gonna buy any woman as the fucking vice president,
Glenn
even the
Close.
president, Glenn Close could
Glenn
fucking
Close.
get it.
Nicole Kidman too. Nicole Kidman can do anything because Nicole Kidman's literally a lizard woman, like literally.
Yeah.
She can do anything because she's fucking Nicole Kidman.
Sometimes I think she's super hot, and other times I go, ew.
She's like 55 and she's so attractive.
Remember she was married to Tom Cruise? People forget
Remember
that
she's
was a
married to
thing.
that country singer, isn't she?
She still is. Keith Urban, I think, or
Or is
something.
it Kenny Chesney? Which one is it?
Keith Urban. I'm
Bet
almost
money.
positive.
Let's put money on
Keith
this.
Urban. You beat me last time in the bet.
Yeah.
In the bet was I thought the one-armed drummer played for Scorpions, but it was Def Leppard. I lost that one. This one I will win. It's Keith Urban.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I'll
all right,
do-
all
I'll
right.
do-
We
I'll
even
do
now.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, they're gonna shoot down the plane.
I hope to God his
Some
movie will
tells me
end.
they won't shoot down the plane. Oh
Wait,
no,
hold on.
he's talking because they're on the phone. So this is the scene where like he's still on the phone. Like,
Yeah, no, I understood that.
and he's saying shoot down the plane because he wants it to like.
Wait, is it
fling.
an autopilot? Why is it on autopilot? Because did they shoot the pilots?
Yeah, they shot the pilots. So it's apparently Air Force One has like an autopilot like defensive maneuver.
Well, I guess
I'm pretty sure-
if anything was gonna have it, sure, why not?
I'm sure Air Force One has all sorts of shit that we don't know.
I'm sure
Okay.
Air Force One has like Mach speed or ludicrous speed to go to.
Yeah. All right. So Ronnie,
Nah.
it cost $1 million an hour to fly Air Force One.
An hour?
There's
I'm gonna
gonna
go
be
true.
So false. It's $200,000 an hour to fly Air Force
Wasn't
One.
even close. I don't know why I thought too much.
So, who spent the most? Which president spent the most money on Air Force One?
Obama.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obama spent more money on Air Force One than any other president.
Oh, he's traveling around, going ship, inflation.
Whatever. He's a goddamn Democrat. That's
He was born in Kenya. God damn it!
Oh God! When you said the president that was born outside this house, I know it was Obama.
I was so happy that you fell into that trap so quickly.
Oh my God, that was excellent. All right, so now he's choking the guy out, which is good. There's a doomsday plane that follows the president. There are 2 Air Force Ones?
That's not true. This person's wrong. Okay,
There's an Air Force 2.
this is probably not true. Here's a presidential fact. There's 3 presidents who died on July 4th. Name one of them. And they're all earlier ones.
Dude, I know this is like a thing. Jefferson?
Correct?
Okay. And I think there's a more modern one. Bush Senior?
No.
Oh.
Jefferson, Adams, and Monroe. So like 2, 3,
Oh, yeah. I knew
5?
July 4th was like a thing.
Yeah,
for
but I
deaths.
guess the same year it says there Jefferson and Adams had the same year, which is I thought Adams was older. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. This is some bullshit website that we have not
Conspiracy.
done. And JFK died the same day as LGB.
Also, notice all the founding fathers were also the president, not some random Joe that got to run against them. Interesting. Deep State was started in the 1800s.
I'm the only person who watched Hamilton and was like rooting for Burr.
I was rooting for the king.
I was rooting for Burr.
Burr, sir.
Oh my God! So we last week we watched we went and saw Cyrano with Peter Dinklage. You know Cyrano de Bergerac. You know that old classic play. We saw that one, and the twist is now he's short instead of ugly, and it's the worst musical I've ever seen. I am not a musical fan. My wife is a huge one, so we saw it because she loves musicals. It is the worst musical. They're literally like the whole premise. If you've never heard of Cyrano de Bergerac, classic like play, ugly guy writes poetry for hot guy to bang hot woman, but ugly guy likes hot woman as well.
Right.
It's terrible,
Classic stuff.
stupid premise, like Shakespearean kind of bullshit. And in this one, Peter Dinklage writes these beautiful letters, and like the cinematography is they're like gyrating and humping through these letters, like I like your words and love the things you say. I'm like, my wife and I are laughing our asses off in this theater. I swear to God, people in front of us are like, loving and like crying and like kissing because it's so romantic, and we're like, are you out of your fucking minds? This is like the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen. And it was the longest 2 hours ever, and it's the worst like lyrics I've ever heard in a fucking musical, and I've seen some fucking terrible musicals.
Can Dinklage sing?
No, he really can't. He's a good actor. He's a quality actor,
Yeah, hell of an
great
actor. I like him as
but
an actor.
man, he cannot really sing. He does a lot of kind of like talk singing,
yeah.
almost Hamilton kind of esque. It's not. I wouldn't call it hip hop. I'd call it more like spoken word.
I was
type
about
of
to
thing.
say like Hamilton like raps.
No,
so that's
there's
different,
a flow, and it was obviously an appreciation for hip hop and rap.
And this is gonna be a hot take.
There we go.
I preface it with I love Hamilton. Hamilton's probably my top 5 favorite musicals of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is not that great a singer.
Thank you. He is the worst part
He's
of Hamilton.
the worst part of Hamilton.
Thank you.
Yeah, like all the other actors
love-
are incredible.
The lyrics, music's great. He wrote it all.
Yeah, I'm not
quality,
saying he's
but
not a bad playwright. He's an excellent
he's not
playwright.
a great singer.
No.
He's not a good Hamilton.
I wish he would have taken himself out of it and put someone else in as him. Because like Washington and Burr and all the
Everyone's good.
What's
Everyone's
her name?
great. Theodosia. No, Theodosia's the other one.
Not Theodosia. Yeah, the other one.
Fucking his wife. Yeah, whatever. Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
You're all good.
Incredible. And then he comes in, and you're like,
It's like
Yeah.
he's the guy who wrote it for himself.
He
He's
inserts
not
himself.
terrible, but he's not as good as anyone else around him.
They
I
have
fully
such
agree.
powerful voices, and then he comes in, and
Yeah.
you're like, you undercut everything. Like,
For sure, especially Burr. He's
incredible.
I buy Burr because the performance, Leslie
Yeah.
Odom Jr. Phenomenal, phenomenal performance, and he's also versatile. I think he's also in the NWA movies. Yeah,
but he also plays Jefferson, I think.
no, that's the other guy everyone likes.
Oh,
He plays Jefferson and Lafayette.
Lafayette. That's right, Jefferson and Lafayette.
Diggs, David Diggs.
But yeah,
Yes,
I'm
he's
glad
good.
you agree that like
No, I'm fully in the same page.
Lin-Manuel is an incredible playwright and songwriter, but he needs to stop casting himself as these main characters.
He's in that in the Heights he plays a snow cone salesman, and it's like it's him. And then I don't think he's in West Side. No, it's not West Story. He did the Click Click Boom, and he's not in it. It's actually really well performed. We talked about this in our
Right.
wrap up, but yeah, that's a really great film because he has little interaction with the actual screen performance, but he knows.
He'd be good as a side character. Like he's got a good enough voice for a side character.
No, he's got good. He has good visuals for directing and all those things and writing and things, but I think his acting and singing is his lower perspective.
For sure. All right, so here we are.
I just don't buy him as a confident kind of Hamilton. He's just not really.
Nope, not my Hamilton.
Moving on.
All right, so here we are. He is now doing the classic, like, I've got a hostage, give yourself up or I'll smoke the hostage kind of thing. And it's not Martin Short in a wig. It's being held a hostage. And so Harrison Ford's obviously a good man. So he's like, God damn it, I'm coming out. Like, don't do it. And I think this is one of those, like, it's like to prove that Gary Oldman's such a bad guy, or that he's so strong that he won't do it. Like, look at him, he's struggling. He's like, I gotta get out there. But he won't, and then Gary Oldman's gonna smoke her.
I'm not really watching this movie right now, but the very least, I kind of believe that he's a president. He's not like the badass. He's kind of like doing what I have to do, second guessing himself. So I buy it to an extent. I just don't get why I give a fuck about this fucking movie. Like, I don't know his character. I don't know Harrison Ford's character besides he tells the Russians to suck his dick. Which, props to him.
This is one of those where every good action movie is made by the bad guy. Like, the hero is important, but think about your favorite action movies of all time, and it's the bad guy that makes it, right? Dark Knight, Joker.
That's one.
Die Hard.
I think
McClane.
McClane.
Think John McClane's more important.
John
than Die
McClane's
Hard
way more fun. He's fun. He's been more fun than like Hans Gruber's great, but John McClane's great in that.
I
don't watch action, so
yeah. I think your action movies, and in this,
James Bond is made by the villain.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. James Bond for sure. The villain elevates the material.
Well,
sure.
so Bond is a weird one because you need a Bond that everyone identifies with.
Yeah.
But you need a villain that is worthy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, Connery is a great Bond, but he's made by his villains. And the same thing with all of them. Like, GoldenEye is probably the best Brosnan one because Sean Bean is a damn good villain.
Because he, like, the cyclical of, like, ex-partner becomes...
Yeah, Trevelyan is like, what was he, 008 or something like that? Or 006.
Yes.
He was 006 because he was older than Bond. I still haven't seen the new fucking Bond. We do this every fucking podcast where I go, I'm such a big Bond fan, but I won't see the new one.
I love Koji. I love the director.
Yeah,
you like Bond. Why are we not watching it? 'Cause it's 3 hours long, and I don't need
fucking long.
to watch that. I saw the Batman. I'm like, I don't want to watch anything this long. My favorite movies are 3 hours long. I love Lord of the Rings and I love The Godfather. But anything else 3 hours long, I'm just like, this is a hassle.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Bond is nowhere near the Fellowship of the Ring.
I do like the director, though, a lot.
Yeah, I do, too. He did Beast of No Nation, right? That was his, like...
Yes,
yeah.
And he did True Detective. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Just by itself, but then you also add the other ones. He did a bunch of other great shit that's also good. I love...
But it also worries me that it wasn't like everyone was saying, God damn, this new Bond's good.
It also happened because of COVID, too. No one saw it.
That's true. That's true.
It's like Tenet. No one talked about Tenet. We talked about Tenet. Everyone talked about it in this slow pace because COVID kind of ruined that, too.
Fucking Tenet.
Okay, Tenet's fine. Tenet's a fine movie.
It's okay.
We thought it was
entertaining.
Fine,
yeah.
But everyone was like, it's either amazing or it's shit. I'm like, no, it belongs in the middle. But, but because nothing was coming out at the time.
It's not the best Nolan, but it's Nolan trying to recapture Inception.
Yeah, it's too much Inception-y.
Robert Pattinson is good though.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love him. Still need to see the Batman. I know you saw the Batman. Now, just tell me this. Is the new Riddler just a light Joker?
He's just literally... He didn't cut red, white, and blue wires because America, but he cut yellow.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
And he cut the black one because he didn't give a shit about that shit.
It was the black wire, not the red, white, or blue one.
No, it wasn't. It was the black one. What's your question, Riddler?
Oh yeah, Riddler. Is the Riddler just a low-key Joker?
What's interesting about him is they go full serial killer. Like, the first 5 minutes of this movie are really impressive because they let you know this is not meant for kids, which is you could take it Zack Snyder-y and make it like, yeah, it's very not for kids. This one's the like, oh, I'm like watching a really dark drama, but it's they take it, I don't know, they take him serial killer way where he's out of his mind, manifesto type of thing, which is very not really Joker-y though. The Joker was a manifesto. Joker was chaos. I like the attention. Manifesto is kind of like whatever happens. I don't know. It's
the
similar.
Joker was looking for a worthy adversary in his pursuit of anarchy.
Without giving spoilers, that's kind of the same thing. They're very similar. Paul Dano does a great job. I think he's better than Pattinson. Honestly, people will disagree with me. It's good, but I didn't think Joker because I'll tell you off the camera, there's another spoiler thing involved with it, which has really upset me about the movie, but I don't want to go into this.
That Pattinson didn't work out enough for this film?
Is that a thing?
Okay, this is a Joe Rogan, I think, thing I'm taking from. I'm a little drunk, so I don't know if that's where I'm pulling from, but in all thing, I probably pulled it from. Someone did a comparison to all the Batmans. Mm-hmm. Now, Pattinson is, I think, more jacked than Clooney or Kilmer. Because I don't think they worked out at all for the role.
I wouldn't imagine.
But everyone compares him to Bale.
Oh, Bale
was jacked.
Yeah.
And now Bale can be Dick Cheney and the Batman within a year for some reason.
And the Machinist.
Yeah, all within 1 year. But Pattinson can't put on 20 pounds for the fucking role?
To his defense, they're both playing early Batman, but Bale looks like he's 35. Mm-hmm. Pattinson looks 28. He looks like a young Batman because it takes place 2 years into the Batman's thing, so he's still figuring out. Okay, without getting, we're not going to talk about this. Okay, so Pattinson plays young Batman, but it never focuses on Bruce Wayne. There's a little bit, but it's called The Batman. It's just about Batman figuring out who he is as a symbol. But my biggest criticism was Pattinson's never not out of the suit. It's only just him as Batman. So everyone's like, he's amazing. I'm like, he's fine, but there's nothing.
But you can't have Batman without Bruce Wayne. The dichotomy is the key.
Yes, because he has to like live with it. But it works being called the Batman. It's him figuring out what does that mean for Bruce Wayne to be the Batman. He's a symbol.
And what does that mean for Batman, for Bruce Wayne to be who he is?
So I was talking to someone on Twitter about this and saying like, in a sequel, you could explore Bruce Wayne now. You have to. You can't not, because this one's called The Batman. I don't want to see any more, though, but the idea is it's a good Batman movie because he's a detective, he's a ninja, he's figuring out who he is, the backstory relates to that. Who am I and my family? Who's this mean? Vengeance is not the thing because the Riddler aligns himself with him, which is a really cool twist, which I don't want to get too much into. It's fine, but it's still a Batman movie meant for children, but it's still pretending like this is gritty. I'm like,
it's got Nirvana that plays in it.
If I was in high school, I would be jerking off for this movie. This is amazing. It's got Nirvana, it's got Pattinson, it's got Batman. It's amazing. It's gritty. It's noir. I'm a 30-year-old narcissistic piece of shit, so this movie's fine to me. But man, if I was in high school or college, this would be the best movie ever made.
All right, granted, before we get back to Air Force One.
What movie are you watching?
Out of 10, what are you going to give the Batman? You're going to give it an 8.
I was going to say 8. As a comic book movie, it's a 9. Okay. As a general movie, I'm going to give it a 6. So in the middle is there because it's really well made, but it's still a fucking comic book movie. I call all the twists.
Yeah.
I watched it with my wife and my mom. We saw it. I leaned over and like, I know who the bad guy is because I've read the comic books. I've seen Batman movies. I know what's going on here. And there's no surprises for me. So as a comic book movie, it's pretty fucking phenomenal. As a normal movie, it's like, it's just fine. It's Fair. 3 hours. Fair. And I enjoyed it though. I was never bored. I was engaged to it, but it's still a fucking Batman movie made for nerds.
That was some riveting commentary with like some really insightful stuff. Do you think her tits are big enough for this role?
That's a big bitch.
I had to bring it back. Do you think she has nice tits? I think
can't
she
see
has
them. Let's
nice
see 'em.
tits. That guy has no ass. And I have a policy of not trusting a man with no ass.
I have no ass.
Yeah, and I don't trust him as far as you could throw him.
My wife makes fun of me so much for not having an ass. I'm like, I'm sorry that I wasn't raised in a strip club.
If there's one thing I have, it's a booty. And it's genetic. Also,
She has like perpendicular titties. It's
Yeah.
like crazy.
this is the part of the podcast where we have really gone over the edge. And now we're trying to get back to our roots.
We're almost 2 hours in and gone too far.
And like, it's getting out of control. So like, now we've gotten where Harrison Ford has freed the conference.
I thought he
room.
was bad. I lost.
They don't know. They don't know he's bad yet. He is bad.
He is?
Yeah.
So I was right.
He's an inside man.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
Why is he doing this?
here, I don't know yet. I think it was for money. But
Shane's making this up.
hey, look, it's Law and Order guy.
Hey, that's...
I feel like half the people in this have been in Law and Order.
He's in David Fincher's Zodiac. I want to go back to that movie because I don't give a shit about serial killers.
He's also in
That movie's great, though.
Twin Peaks, isn't he?
No.
No.
You're thinking of Ray Weiss. That's
Oh, yeah, the dad. I always confuse him with the dad from...
that's Philip Baker Hall, right?
yeah.
I'm going in. We're going deep dive
Okay.
here, boys
But
and girls.
so I'll fill you all in where we're at. So Harrison Ford has like fought his way using good guy tactics. I don't think he's really killed anyone. I think he's like choked out everyone and fought his way, and he's freed most of the
Most
deaf of the people.
Or Yassine Bey, in case you're open-minded.
But he's freed the people, and they're like taking the plane back. But one of the guys is the guy that started this whole thing. He's the bad guy, but he's hiding. Now
He's in Magnolia.
Magnolia. He's the senator, or whatever.
He's one of the dads.
Yeah,
he's the
the one
molester
that
dad.
touched the girl. Yeah, but wants like forgiveness for it. Yeah.
Shout out to Shane's other podcast called Not Stolen from Another Production Company called A Working Title.
We didn't steal it.
You did. It's
Fuck
in a
you.
production company.
All right.
Learn things. Learn things.
But so they're doing this, and the fuck was I saying?
This is movies nonsense. We're just here to catch up and talk about things going on in our life.
Now-
What else have you seen, bud?
Everyone's got a parachute. So what I've seen recently, only murders in the building.
What did you love? What did you not like? Says the guy's like balding lines.
Welcome to our viewing of Air Force One, where we don't discuss Air Force One.
Who gives a
because,
fuck?
Glenn Close is doing all this stuff. It's basically like Meteor. I don't know. Armageddon, everything else. I liked Only Murders in the Building. Selena Gomez was good.
Fine.
She
Just
was okay.
Fine.
They wrote her well for what they wanted out of her, which
Just
is
fine.
I'm so annoying. But it's funny to see Steve Martin and Martin Short
I love them.
because they have such stage presence,
Mm-hmm.
and because that's what this that show is. It's really a stage play, like in essence. And Martin Short, no one other than Martin Short is more of like a stage actor.
Yeah.
Like Martin Short, I think, is still doing runs of the producer with Sean Alexander.
No, well, even with Steve Martin and Martin Short had a Netflix special and did Broadway, where
yeah,
like the
I was
two of them did like
they're
a two-man
both,
show.
Like, huge Broadway guys,
Because they have just the perfect chemistry. They're like a married couple
and they're
playing off each other.
boisterous and charismatic.
And it's amazing is like they are part of Three Amigos, and the only two good amigos branched off and stayed together because Chevy Chase is a piece of shit.
Yep.
And the other two are like, we can get along because we're us.
Yeah,
Side note, if you never read Steve Martin's biography, I think it's called One Man Standing or something like that, some of those lines. It's phenomenal. Great autobiography.
He's got a very interesting career. And,
Yeah.
And he's kind of done like whatever the fuck he wanted to.
Yeah. He's
done stand up, he did SNL, he's done serious acting, he plays the fucking banjo.
He's a great writer and pretty good director.
Yeah.
He's done Broadway. He does everything. He's great. He has his own little bluegrass group.
Yeah,
He's great and he's likable. He's fun.
Yep. And then Martin Short also, like Martin Short, I think Martin Short and Sean Alexander basically are responsible. I mean, obviously Mel Brooks wrote a damn good play. Jason Alexander, you're right. Sean Alexander, the running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Probably be a damn good actor.
He's phenomenal as shit.
But Jason Alexander and Martin Short, I claim with no evidence, are pivotal in keeping the producers alive. Because
why are we watching that instead of this fucking movie? I love the producers.
Okay, so William H. Macy now is explaining how to parachute.
We should watch Jurassic Park 3.
Where William H. Macy gets eaten by dinosaurs.
He does not, but yes, his son's lost paragliding on Isla Sorna, and he and Toni Collette convinced Sam Neill to go to the island and get him, and then a Russian and a black guy get killed.
I have talked to multiple people that go, "Hey, Jurassic Park 3 ain't bad," and I'm like, "Are you fucking high?
There is one good Jurassic Park movie. It's called Jurassic Park. And everything else sucks dicks.
Lost World is good for like 20 minutes.
Lost World's good, and like, minutes? Oh my god, how fucking terrible this is. I like the last part where it's in San Diego. That's my favorite part. Is when
that'll probably be one we watch at some point. Lost World, yeah, because like,
well, I have that one. I have the third one on my list.
That's a good one because it's like just good enough to like make it through it.
It's too long,
but
though.
It's
Jurassic Park 3 is like 90 minutes. That's a quality run through. Dude, Jurassic Park Lost World is like 2.5 hours. It's bloated as fuck.
In this whole movie journey that I've gone on,
look at that CGI though.
Oh boy,
JetBlue will be proud.
Between like this podcast and my other one,
it's docking.
Stick it in. Docking. Because they're gonna get to a nice altitude and speed that everyone can jump.
And then William Henry Macy will get in there? What's going on here?
Yep. The one thing I've come to appreciate is movie length. You really underestimate how many movies, especially in modern days, are too fucking long. Like,
I like a good long movie if it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth my time. I didn't mind the Batman 3 hours. I was into it the entire time. People were complaining about it. I was into it because it kept my engagement. And by the end, I was like, eh. But I like me a long movie if it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, how long is 7?
2 hours probably.
Yeah, I think your average movie's 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I think
12 Monkeys was not 2 hours. I don't think. Well, maybe it was 2 hours.
You don't know anything.
Fuck.
All my favorite movies are 3 hours long. So I can tell you, I like Fincher movies are long. They're long because, like, not Fight Club, but like Zodiac is a really long movie, but because it draws it out all these years and it feels earned for it. You can earn a 3 hour movie. You just gotta make it worth it by the end. There's some movies that are like, this is way too long, and others are like, I want to live here longer. So it all depends.
I don't think that's how that works. Oh,
what?
Oh, people are flying out without parachutes. Oh shit!
You're fucked. Oh, they have him. That guy doesn't. He's fucked.
Oh, that guy did not have a parachute. That guy's fucked. Oh, the bad guy didn't. That's how they smoked the inside bad guy. Dude, Seth MacFarlane. What has he done recently? He kind of
fucking... guy. American Dad.
Is he still doing that?
Yeah, that's still around.
Dude, he fell off the map. Remember he was doing like movies? And then they were shit?
Well, I think he's probably had a hard time making content that's appropriate. That's
true.
He's pretty wild.
Oh
shit! You just killed America.
This mission's gone so tits up.
This movie needs Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, it does.
Dude, I will vote for any president who can fucking hold themselves out the back of an airplane.
Tom Cruise himself.
Yeah, seriously.
Tom Cruise for president. Let's do it.
Scientologist.
Do it.
We've had a dirty fucking Catholic, a Muslim president. Let's just do Scientologist. We've had a dirty Muslim born in Kenya.
We've had.
If you don't know what irony is, then go lick a dick.
You know what? I don't think they're gonna play that part when they fry us to the wall, when they nail us to the cross on this.
I never heard of Rudy.
Oh yeah, Rudy. Don't be a. Oh, no, never mind. They didn't kill the bad guy. Of course they didn't.
There was a bad guy that fell out, though, right?
I feel like there was. Oh, I thought you said we have Pakistan. I was like, what happened?
We have not paid attention to any of the drinking rules at all. We apologize.
People, this movie sucks. It's okay. It doesn't suck. It's okay. It's like a 6 out of 10.
We haven't recorded a podcast since February, and we wanted to get back out there. We've been really busy. We got to hang out.
Was that when Face Off was?
No, 10 Things I Hate About You was February. Face Off was before that. Face Off has already been out, and it's beautiful and it's hilarious. Listen to that.
God, I hope it is.
Big Dumb Movie Podcast. Listen to that. Their only thing elevating us.
I'm going to take this moment to talk about Big Dumb Movie Podcast.
There we go.
The greatest podcast ever to exist.
I need to put in the patriotic background.
Yeah.
Hold on, here we go.
All right, here we go.
It's there now. It's playing now.
All right. Big Dumb Movie Podcast. The greatest podcast ever created.
How many Trump fingers you holding up right now?
All of them. This podcast is incredible. Now I must take a second to apologize for the things I've said. And here's why. Please take us onto your podcast so we can stop editing and doing all this hard work for our podcast. Let us bandwagon off of whatever success you have. We'll come on, we'll say terrible things, and then you can kick us away. Because we're so sick of doing our own podcast.
Yes, we're the ones, Shane and I are the ones doing all the work behind the podcast.
So join us next week for Wasted Dumb Movie Podcast.
No longer wasted.
Yeah, no longer just Dumb Movie Podcast, but Potential Dumb Movie Podcast.
Potentially Dumb Movie Podcast. Big dumb potentially.
Let it be known that we've done this without the consent or authorization of Big Dumb Movie Podcast.
Oh, they met finally. It's only taken an hour and a half to get them to meet.
Also,
Gary...
I believe they're probably half our listeners.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Now we're back to normal. Yeah. Punch him in the dick.
Oh, dude, nothing but cock punches. Just fuck you. Oh, he did the
dude, Harrison Ford is hamming it up. I love it so much. Is. I'm already working around the clock.
I fought scumbags bigger than you. Have you ever seen... I'm sure I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but you've seen the where Harrison Ford, David Blaine comes into his house?
You mentioned this before, yes.
And he does the card trick, and Harrison Ford just goes, "Get the fuck out of my house!" Like, he's like, "Hey, Harrison, are you about to eat that apple?" And he's like holding it, and he's like looking at him like, "What?" And David just pulls like this card out of the apple, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of my house!"
I'll play here.
COVID. All right. So now this is a big like terrorist meets president. So, I think he wants Radek gone. So if like I'm not mistaken,
wait, who's Radek?
He's the guy that the not Navy SEALs took in the beginning.
He's Putin?
Yeah, he was the Putin they kidnapped in the beginning. And I think Radek was like a war hero, like an Afghanistan war hero.
Wait, is he Afghani or is he Russian?
No, Russian. Like for the Russians, he was like a war hero, like which means he murdered lots of women and children in Afghanistan. And I think Gary Oldman and them were like former Radek soldiers, and they want him released. I think that's the gist of this.
I'm not listening. When's the first time you saw this movie?
Ooh, Air Force One. So I saw it when I was younger, but like I couldn't remember any of it. Like I probably saw it with my parents. I know for sure because I watched it in college on one night. I came home drunk from a party, and I saw this, and I was like, "Ooh, Harrison Ford!" And I watched it, and I was riveted. I fucking loved this film. Now that I think about it, I probably was riveted because I don't remember sleeping through half of it. But Gary Oldman does well. And also I have a friend who looks like a fat Gary Oldman. Sorry.
You know who you are.
Sorry, not fat. Larger
you give my
Gary
country
Oldman.
gangsters and prostitutes. Yeah.
They're...
Yeah, of course. It's our fault you have gangsters and prostitutes, you fucking dirty Russian. Shot or not.
All right.
This movie earned 2 Oscar nominations.
False.
That is true. Do you want to guess what they are? And then if you can guess one of them, I will take a drink instead of you. This is 2 Oscar noms.
2
guess
Oscar
what they're
noms. Score. And What's what is it like? Visual. What do they call it?
Visual effects?
Yeah, visual effects.
You're dumb. Best sound, best film editing.
That's shitty.
You
I guess maybe it has great film editing. That's one of those you don't really notice. You only notice bad film editing.
No, you notice good cinematography and good film editing. There is like good timing.
Okay.
This is action trash where it's like every little second. Like it's fine for what it is, but this is not anything interesting.
Okay.
Drink, you fucker. I beat you.
All right.
I'm watching you. Oh, that was like a little pussy ass drink. Whatever.
Here's a fun trivia. Who was the first president to have their plane customized for their presidency?
Has to be Taft because he's a fat piece of shit.
There was no planes when Taft was president.
I don't know what year was that.
It was
what,
JFK.
1910? That makes the most sense.
Yeah, right. Also, who was the first lady to have an Air Force One redesigned?
Barbara Bush?
It was Jackie Kennedy.
Ah, that's the obvious one. I was thinking obviously it's Jackie.
JFK had that thing pimped out for hoes, and fucking Jackie went in and went, fuck no.
Get rid of all these fucking poles. Get rid of all this condom and this
Yep.
coke table. Get this out of here now.
Oh my god. It's weird to think about JFK's presidency because, like, how would we look at it if he just served the full 4, possibly 8? Would we look at him so nostalgic? You know?
But like all the accomplishments still though, even though
No,
what he said and stood for meant a lot, but obviously.
But look at like Clinton's presidency. Clinton had didn't he level the budget? Like he was like the first president ever to have like no debt.
Yeah. Not ever, but
no
like
one
in a
gives
long time.
fuck. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean? Like, because
look
he's lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Hey, I was gonna say, there we go, back to Batman again. We're going Dark Knight. You live long enough to become the villain, die a hero.
Like, I remember like people being like genuinely happy during Clinton's presidency.
Well, like remember Nixon? Nixon opened deal with China and like changed everything economically, and then the whole thing with Watergate and Vietnam kind of fucked it up. So
JFK's presidency was pretty young when he got killed. So I just wonder if we would if he got to do his full thing, if we would still look at him like the president.
Well, he was the one who pushed the Civil Rights Amendment, didn't finish it. But here's my question though. Like back then, did they know about the scandals? Or just now in our lens, do we know? It's like MLK. MLK had a bunch of scandals.
That's true.
Because J. Edgar Hoover had him on watch him to see what he did. But it doesn't matter because it went through for JFK for MLK as opposed to JFK.
Would they have come out too if they were alive? Because I feel like when people are alive, they have more leverage to make sure those things don't come out.
Depends what year it is. Nowadays, it breaks. But even with like Michael Jackson, that broke, but not everything broke to the complete end of it because, there's still a little bit more privacy for those who were kind of these limelight kind of characters that were larger than life. So I guess it kind of depends on the decade because, like, ironically, Kennedy's father, journalism, put it all out there, attention, and then, I don't know, I wasn't alive that time, so I couldn't tell you if JFK was held to that kind of that scandal. Then this is the Alcatraz. What is this?
That's totally Alcatraz.
What is this?
That
supposed
is
to be?
Totally Alcatraz.
It looks like is it supposed to be Russia?
Oh, that's Radek. Yeah, it's supposed to be in Russia.
Looks like Alcatraz.
Also, we have not talked about this movie fucking at all.
What movie?
2. My cats have not been here for any of this fucking podcast.
Lucy was here for a little bit.
You cocksuckers.
I've not heard nothing about stringing your
Get your
ass.
furry assholes down here. Alright, so I think we're getting to the point where, the Russian president is thinking about releasing Radek. I think he's held steady. So,
wait, who the fuck is Radek again? I know you mentioned this 3 times. Who's
Radek is the general that was kidnapped in the beginning, and he's the
one killing the not Ukrainians, Pakistanis.
This is let me think. If Patton got kidnapped, There'd be a bunch of American soldiers.
But what is he
that were
doing? Okay, that's Radic. What is he
Yeah.
doing? That's so important. He's a prisoner of war.
He was the president of Kazakhstan.
He's Gaddafi.
Yeah, Gaddafi, yes.
Okay, he's Gaddafi of
Right.
Kazakhstan.
And he's evil. He's killed a lot of women and children. You know, your typical dictator type.
So who are they killing? I thought Kazakhstan was the victim.
He took over Kazakhstan. He was like
Oh,
the dictator.
okay. So he's
And
the Russian puppet for
he was-
Kazakhstan.
He was the Russian general in the Afghanistan war that took his regiment and took over Kazakhstan. So Russian special forces and U.S. special forces took him down. And now his Radic's ex-soldiers have taken Air Force One.
Holy shit!
Oh, fuck yeah! That's America right there. Fucking throwing.
Wow, he risked his wife's life for that. Shooting an
Dude,
MP5
he
at her.
took
Oh
that
my god,
shot.
down the stairs. She's now definitely crippled.
She's like, "What a shot!" And he's like, "What are you talking about? I missed."
Definitely passed the Brady bill after this. Oh my god. Where's the bad guy? Where's the bad
That
Russian
dude's
guy?
dead as fuck. I love this too. There's
Grace!
always-
Where's Grace? Oh my god, where's Grace? I gotta find Grace!
Grace.
Grace!
Um,
Where the fuck is Grace?
there's always there's always that scene where fucking the bad guy gets shot and then he disappears in the next second.
He rolls away.
You know
and
how
it's
hard
fine.
it is to run away when you've had a bullet put in you?
I have served only 4 tours, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, I've had gout and I wasn't running anywhere.
Shoot that bitch. She can get married again. JFK.
Yeah, fucking A.
His name's Ivan?
Just want to slap the shit out of you.
His name's Ivan?
Yeah, because he's Russian.
That's lame.
Look at those fucking... what's the name of that helicopter? I can't fucking remember.
Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
That's not a Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
Dude,
Black Hawk down.
That brings me back. So, did you know...
Don't talk about the movie.
Random event that I saw. I watched Black Hawk Down the other day because I watch it religiously. Because I remember of when I got gout and I couldn't serve my country.
Speaking of Batman daddy issues,
Yeah.
continue.
You know Ty Burrell is in Black Hawk Down?
I know Orlando Bloom.
Orlando
was in that.
Bloom, Tom Hardy, Ewan McGregor, but Ty Burrell is one of the PJs that goes in to like save the pilots. And I was looking, I was like, holy fuck, that's Ty Burrell.
I've watched half of Black Hawk Down because I was getting my Black Hawk stroke down during that movie, so I
Nice.
only watched half of it.
Nice. That works.
Yeah.
Is it Oliver Stone?
That's Oliver Stone, I think.
No, it's Ridley Scott.
Is it?
It's 100% Ridley Scott because he did Gladiator.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Ridley Scott. Oliver
Okay.
Stone doesn't do anything without saying Republicans are bad.
Platoon. Ewan McGregor. We should watch that. Why aren't we watching that?
That's a glass half full one for sure.
You're right. I'm
Yeah,
wrong. Ridley
because
Scott.
Ridley Scott has made probably my top
We have Alien.
Two.
Well, I love Alien.
2 or 3 favorite
We should
movies
watch.
of all time.
We watch Gladiator. I haven't watched Gladiator since I was a
Gladiator
kid.
is whenever someone says, "What is your favorite movie of all time?" I pause, I think, and I go, "Yeah, probably Gladiator." Gladiator is probably my favorite movie.
It's probably one of the
all
most
time.
most watched movies. I watched it a lot as a kid, but I don't think it's the best movie.
I've never
It's
seen
very
it,
Bravehearty.
but Braveheart, people
It's
forget.
long.
Yeah, well, and you watch the first battle and you go, "Oh fuck, it still goes on." Like Gladiator doesn't have that pause where you go, "Oh fuck, it still goes." Like it's got a good beat.
It's a
to
good
it.
character
Yeah.
story. Like the general falls down to the slave and then
Fights his way back up to
earns
finally
it,
avenge himself.
and he stabs the shit out of Joaquin Phoenix,
And
who's awful. It's amazing.
He has the best fucking line of all time.
Here we go.
Yeah!
That's why we're here.
Get off my plane!
We spent 2 hours to get to one fucking line because this movie's worthless.
We spent so long to get to that. Where Harrison Ford hooks him up to he's fighting Gary Oldman, hooks him up to a fucking parachute and says, "Get off my plane," and pulls this ripcord. Fuck yeah.
I'm glad we spent our time together.
Interrupted my Gladiator talk, which we'll do a glass half full on.
Maybe
at some
we'll
point.
for sure. I don't know if it's still a good movie.
Oh, it's 100%. I've seen it like 18 times. It's still damn good. Best line ever. My name is Marcus Aurelius. father to a murdered son,
Murdered to a murdered wife.
husband to a murdered wife, and this life or the next, I will have my vengeance. I fucked that line up royally. I'm sure some of you Gladiator fans are like hitting your face, but whatever. Oh, here it goes. So Radek is thinking he won, right? He's like, fuck yeah, we stole the president, and now I'm going. They're gonna fucking
I thought
shoot
Gary
him in the
Oldman
face.
was on a parachute. Is he not dead?
Shoot him.
I thought Gary Oldman was on a parachute.
He's dead. Yeah, they're gonna shoot Radek.
They can't shoot for shit. Wow, you're awful. Oh, those are the bad guys. Oh,
Yeah,
there
Yeah, they smoked
Squibs.
Radek.
Let me some squibs. Okay, Shane.
Yeah.
Tell me,
Okay.
how many Tom Clancy film adaptations are there currently?
Okay. Adaptations of books or just his name slapped on it?
Feck.
Because he wrote only so many books that got turned into films. It's not like Stephen King. There was this weird thing where the Clancy family just started slapping his name on anything that had any sort of military.
Okay, I'm gonna give you.
How many Clancy films? Like Tom
No,
Clancy's.
I'm just gonna give you. How many are attributed to being a Tom Clancy film?
Okay, so like they just slapped his name on saying Tom
Yes.
Clancy's.
Total. How many you think there are?
like video
slapped?
games where like he never wrote fucking The Division.
Just
but,
movies though,
Okay.
not on video games. Just
right,
movies.
right,
How
right,
many are
right.
there?
I'll say 8.
Google says at least 9, but
Ah!
I'm only counting 7, so I'm trying to figure this out here. There's Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Shadow Recruit.
There are
This Without Remorse.
Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for October. Clear and Present Danger.
Patriot Games. Some of All Fears.
Some of All Fears. Yep.
Some of All Fears. I missed one. Where'd it go? Clear and Present Danger. There it is. Some of All Fears. We're 6. Without Remorse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a new one.
Yep. That's the.
That's all it
Not John
says.
Mackey. What's his fucking name?
It's not like giving you a full example. So I'm gonna give you the points. I think it's pretty close.
I was pretty close.
It's pretty close. It's not very clear
yeah.
on like what's actually a Tom Clancy
And
novel versus what's Tom Clancy.
That's what I'd like to
contributed.
revisit too. Is Some of All Fears.
That was boring.
I remember, and Liev Schreiber I think plays
There's Ben Affleck, Morgan Freeman,
No. So Ben Affleck plays
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, and Liev Schreiber plays Not My John Clark.
What?
So my buddy and I went through and went who we would actually make
I don't know. Fuck.
our characters because we were big Clancy fans.
Gay.
So Liev Schreiber played an okay John Clark.
Okay. Who's John Clark? I don't know.
You don't know who fucking John
Is he like
Clark
a villain or is he like a
No,
like a
he
buddy?
is like the Clancy character.
Is he like the Alfred?
No. So
Robin?
John Clark is the main character in Without Remorse. He's the
Jack Ryan.
I'll fucking put you in dick right now. I swear to God. Jack Ryan is ex-Vietnam CIA analyst. He's kind of softer, but John Clark is
Han
fucking...
Solo?
Fuck you. John Clark is who I want to be one day.
Hold on. Ethan Cunt.
Yeah, he's Ethan Cunt.
Ethan Scrunt. Okay.
Shoot it down.
What is happening in this movie right now? I am not watching
Okay.
this.
I thought the movie ended at Get Off My Plane, but apparently there's 25 more minutes of this movie, and I don't give a fuck.
Oh no.
Wait, they're flying the plane? Oh, that's right, because he was
Flares.
he was a Vietnam pilot.
Harrison?
No, in the film they were saying he was a pilot in Vietnam, so that's why he's a badass.
Wait, did Harrison do his full 64 hours for his pilot
Oh,
license?
and now the Kazakhstani Air Force wants to shoot him down.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Last night, Jeb and I had some crabs.
Wait, where are they at?
I don't know. This movie's about 30 minutes too long for sure.
This movie is 2 hours too long.
These movies always do that. Die Hard doesn't do it, but
Die Hard's the perfect fucking movie.
But
No.
they always take it just where you go okay, and they go, and then, and you're like, no, stop.
Die Hard has those moments of pure action, stop, but all the exposition is like, it's worth it. It's like witty, it's fun, exciting, it's interesting. They don't make them like that anymore.
They don't. Well, and everything pays off. Everything sets up and pays off.
It's like Back to the Future, where like every kind of like setup. Oh my god, look at that special effects.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Yeah, well, it's like it's nice to see when things pay off and it feels organic as opposed to why are you shooting?
Because I don't know.
It's been 2 hours of them holding him. Oh my god! You shot your own person. You're definitely getting court-martialed. Oh my god! Who's shooting them?
No. Those are Kazakhstanis.
Where are the bullets?
America's shooting down Russians. Woo! Let's fucking go. Also, all you people who want to have intervention in Ukraine, fuck off. I don't want to die in World War III.
It's a podcast in no way believes that we should not let people who are innocent die of a terrible death.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Muslim away. Oh, missile. Oh, that's a Muslim. Halo. By the way, we will do a Halo podcast. Oh my god! How did he pull that shit off? He just dove in front of a missile.
An F-15 pilot just threw himself in front of a missile.
For Harrison Ford, he's never even seen Ender's Game. It's terrible. Why would you do that? It's for Ender's Game.
Would you throw yourself in front of a bullet for the president?
No.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do for
not
any politician.
In a fucking minute.
Who would you throw yourself in front of a missile before, except your wife? Besides your wife, who would you throw yourself in front of a missile for?
Glenn Close.
You didn't say me. I'm very upset. I'm very hurt.
In front of a missile?
Yeah, for me.
Like, Glenn Close. She's not in enough movies. We haven't seen enough of her.
I've been editing this podcast for 2 goddamn years. I'm upset.
Who's gonna shoot a missile at you?
Everyone. I'm so important.
I feel like Glenn Close would take a missile long before you would.
Name 2 things besides this movie that she's been in. Name 2 things besides this movie she's been in.
101 Dalmatians.
That's one thing.
102 Dalmatians.
Maybe. I have no idea. I'm gonna look it up. You piece of shit. I hate you. If you're right, I'm gonna kill myself on this podcast.
Not with a missile, I hope.
Oh no! She's in it! I'm dying. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go die for a missile.
I took a shot in the dark.
I'm proud of you. That's worth it.
I didn't even know that they 102 Dalmatians.
I didn't know either. I was like, it's a good guess. No, it's Disney. It's gonna be a sequel.
Oh god, it hurts. Okay.
Well, I died. I apologize. Well, this is never gonna get edited because I'm dead.
Okay.
I'm going up at the end of the bow of this ship. Bye.
Who would you throw yourself in front of a missile for?
I'm already dead. Doesn't matter anymore.
At least we still have Glenn Close.
and Harrison Ford.
Oh my god. I did not even know they made a sequel. I just fucking said it. Holy shit. I thought he was going to kiss that kid on the lips. That was going to be weird.
Shot or not, Harrison Ford only took the part in this movie because he had to kiss a kid on the cheek. True or false?
That's going to be true. That's going to be true for sure. Only if I get to kiss a kid and call the president. Oh my god. I'm hurting.
Oh my god. So if you're not watching the film, it doesn't matter, but at the end of this, there's a shot of the White House with candles because apparently 20 people give a fuck about the president potentially dying. Oh, is the movie still going? Oh my god, that was over with. They haven't landed yet.
Oh, so William H. Macy is an Air Force major?
I thought it was a Kula. You see the Kula?
The Kula?
I see a string. You see a string?
Well, yeah, there's a stability wire that goes across.
Oh, that was like a...
That's legit. No. Oh, the
I thought
bad
it was
guy's still
smart.
here. It's not over.
Who's this guy?
It's the bad guy.
Not Peter Serafinowicz?
Yeah, not Peter Serafinowicz.
So I was right.
Gudovitsky.
That dirty fucking Russian. Looks like
But
a dirty
why
fucking
is he
Russian.
still into this? Why wouldn't he?
I'll give up.
Or just go with it because no one knows he's bad. Why wouldn't he just?
I think
be like,
it's for the love of the game. I think it's because he's a terrorist.
Mm.
What are they trying to do?
I don't know. How would you like to be that guy? All right, Tom. So here's the deal. We're gonna put you on a string, and you're gonna get at 1,000 miles an hour.
Okay.
Released out, and you're gonna board Air Force One.
And do what?
I don't know. We're just gonna put you on a string.
Am I landing it?
So. Oh, is he a pilot? Oh, he is gonna land it.
That's what I'm guessing, right?
Oh,
this Russian guy is not
definitely
evil.
a pilot.
But that guy's not evil. He's pulling him in.
Oh, he's gonna throw him out. You watch. He's gonna throw him out.
Well, you've seen this movie, right?
Oh, he's nope. Oh.
Have you seen this movie or what?
I have, but not a lot. I've seen Gladiator more than I've seen this movie.
Why are we watching this shit? I don't give a fuck about this movie. I don't even know what's going on right now. I have literally watched 10% of this film.
I did not remember that there was another 30 fucking minutes.
Is that Richard Gere?
No way.
Looks a little Richard Gere.
No.
It's a little bit Gere.
Like, it's...
This fucking guy has no control.
My.
And he just flies in the wind. He's like a fucking like a plastic bag in the wind.
Like, I thought the...
Oh my god.
Oh, he's still alive.
How is he alive? He's so fucked.
I thought that...
Look at this guy's like wiggling.
He's like, here we go.
Wait, this movie's over. Gary Oldman's dead, and this movie's done. Still going?
I thought it would be.
I thought it would be done too.
I thought it was gonna be get off my plane, and then it's like we did it, and then Harrison Ford lands Air Force One like dirty but not well on Ramstein Air Force Base.
Okay, give me an accurate deduction. How many times have you seen this movie before today?
3.
And you don't know what's going on?
I just remember get off my plane is the last one.
Why is there like centrifugal force to move the daughter and that guy over there? Like they're not like that much higher. They would probably stop halfway.
And why are we doing this? Why not just land the fucking plane?
Because they're in Kazakhstan air and he wants to kiss her.
Oh.
Because Demi Moore needs to fly over there. I guess that's an elevated situation right there. But how'd they get up there? I guess they lowered the plane. This movie's stupid.
It's too much.
This movie's
And, like,
stupid.
I'm sure they talked to like analysts and people who are like, "This is what
No, they
we
didn't.
do." This is too much.
No, I didn't.
This is.
If we actually did research and figured out who wrote this and did anything, this is the most half-assed podcast we've ever done.
So
that means a lot from this podcast.
I think the idea is Air Force One doesn't have enough fuel.
This guy wrote Hollow Man at End of Days. Why the fuck are we watching this?
End of Days.
That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger where like the devil comes from hell.
Oh,
that's the one you're talking about. Remember Kids?
We have to do that one. Where
I've
he
never
gets
seen
possessed
it.
by the devil.
Yeah, that's the one where like Gabriel Breen from the.
Yeah, and he like crucifies himself. He gets crucified.
Yes, that's that one.
Shit!
I've never seen that one. There's a Hollow Man. We should watch Hollow Man for Halloween.
No, we're doing End of Days. Like I want to see Arnold get crucified. Ow!
This fucking guy did Catwoman's 6th Day and all this shit. He's terrible.
Whoa! Who shot who?
I don't know what's going on. I called it.
I
called it. It was Peter, not Seraphina.
He shot William H. Macy.
You shot Fargo. Jump, you bitch.
No, he shot William H. Macy.
Who cares if the president died? Why does that matter? Why does it matter that Harrison Ford dies? Give what to you?
Okay.
What does he want?
So he wants the wire.
What wire?
Air Force One's going down, so they only had time to get one person off, and so he's gonna shoot him like, "Fuck you! I'm getting off at this plane."
Oh.
And so,
What, no one else gets to go out because Harrison Ford gets to?
yeah.
What a selfish cunt.
Yeah, Harrison Ford's a real leader going, fuck you, I'm not gonna die!
Biden would go down with the ship.
Yeah, Biden would definitely, because he'd be like, what?
Even George W. would go down with the ship.
Dude.
He has, like, a respect of it. He would go down with it.
No. No, George W.'s getting off that fucking plane.
George W. is a simpleton. He understands you need to go down with the ship. That is the best CGI I've ever seen in my entire life, and my dick is so hard from how good that looks.
So, like, I like to think that Biden would go down with the plane. I think
He's served. He knows.
Did he?
I thought Biden served.
I don't think Biden fucking served
I
shit.
thought Biden served.
Biden's a draft dodger for sure.
I'm not going to say no, because I believe that.
Okay, but I do like to think that Biden would, like, be the no, I'm not getting off till everyone's off guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Biden did not serve. There's no way.
He was not.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't strike me as the service guy. I know
his son do?
Senior was,
Which the Biden served in? Didn't one of his kids serve?
I'm sure one of his kids fucking served in the National Guard. Or
Sorry,
some
moving
shit.
on.
But I know Bush Senior was a World War II pilot, I think.
Yes, yeah, that's
he
true.
was, like, legit. Bush Jr.
No, he got
was
out of
like in the
Vietnam.
National Guard or some
He
shit.
got out of Vietnam for something. I remember that.
JFK was legit. Like, he was on a riverboat, Vietnam boat. Like,
What? JFK was?
No. I thought JFK was... He was on some sort of boat.
I don't think he did. I'm gonna look it up.
JFK was a veteran.
I don't think he did.
He was a Navy guy, right?
He said Navy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I didn't know
But
that.
he wouldn't have been in Vietnam,
He was
obviously.
in World War
because,
II.
Yeah, World War II.
What it says.
Yeah, my bad.
2 years, not to the end of the war, but I'm not sure how much
Hey,
his
he served in
interaction.
it, obviously, like, and then who else?
Well, Barrack didn't because he's a dirty, like, outside of the, country person.
Bro. John Kerry, he wasn't president, but he served in Vietnam.
Oh, who's the guy who just died? The Arizona senator.
Oh, McCain. Yeah, he was
McCain.
shot down. In
Yeah,
Vietnam.
he was a POW. Yeah. And
then Trump said, "My heroes don't get captured" or something. Oh
God
my!
damn it!
fucking
It's
God.
so crazy.
So much cringe. American politics. But okay, so here we are. Now everyone's saved somehow, but the bad guy died because
F-15s? Oh, it's over.
those are F-15s. Yeah,
This is done.
is it over?
They don't meet together at the end, or is there like a? Oh my God, we're done. There's no epilogue.
James Marshall,
I didn't know his name the entire
Ivan
time.
Korshunov.
Okay. So I apologize because I have never Lavani is one named person?
All right, well,
Well, that's the movie, Shane. Would you recommend Air Force One?
honestly, I'm not. I'm not going to recommend it. I remember it much better. I thought Air Force One was a lot more riveting. It's okay. It's just going to sound weird to say, but I think you need more of a badass. Because I remember, this is going to be like blasphemous almost, but I'm going to say Olympus Has Fallen is a little bit better. Because when you have Gerard Butler, who's like the head Secret Service guy,
Sexy.
kicking ass, you go, yeah, he's like Special Forces Mr. Badass, and he's doing all this badass shit to save the president. When you see the president as the badass, you're like, bullshit. Like, fuck you, you pampered bitch. Like, you know, like, I don't know. It's cooler when you see a soldier or some special ops or special forces guy doing this cool shit. Like, if they had his head of security save him in this, I think that's cooler than the president. But also, this movie's about 45 minutes too long. They should have ended it with "Get off my plane." Like, it should have ended 10 minutes after that, but it did not. So, nope. But see the producers with Jason Alexander and Martin Short. And see the all-new The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Hi, I'm Ronnie. I have never seen this movie, so I can't recommend or not recommend it because I don't know what's going on anymore. But thank you for listening. Ow, my lip. If you're still here, we appreciate it. We love you. Go fuck yourself. and subscribe, like, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and email us if you want to join our True American Club at the Wisboro Sheriff Department.
Yeah, that one.
At podcastgmail.com. Shane, wrap us up. Oh, I got to pick the next movie. Oh my God.
All right. So while Ronnie looks, thank you everybody. Inundate Big Dumb Movie Podcast with tweets, Instagram, YouTube comments, telling them to take over and swallow our podcast for money. We are open to negotiation to be swallowed up. All right, Ronnie, what movie are we doing next that is not a glass half full?
On the next film that we cover, Shane and I, with probably a guest star, will dive deep into the 2.5 hour long, based on a graphic novel, film starring Sean Connery, other people, involving bullshit things and big themes called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, we're doing it! It's happening!
It's way too long. We don't have any equipment to do this, but we're doing it. See you next time.
Wait till we watch fictional literary characters fight crime. Here we go.
With less N-words.
Just a little bit.
Only a few. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bomb out.
Wasted Potential Podcast is brought to you by American Vodka. Hello, I am American man. I want to sell you vodka that is America. Patriots love. Please support vodka for US of A with True American Vodka, made in Ukraine.
I have personally tried American vodka, and nothing says freedom, red, white, and blue stars and stripes, like vodka distilled deep in the heart of the Donetsk. Try today and listen to Wasted Potential Podcast, #1 American podcast. Thanks, Boris and Ivan. We totally support America First Vodka. Totally not made by Russians. And totally not banned currently by the EU and or United States. Buy today.
We're also brought to you by sarcasm.
Oh, that one's gonna kill us. Wasted Potential Podcast is brought to you by the United States Air Force. Today, Air Force One flies high, but tomorrow it could be taken over by Russians. And only you, an Air Force recruit signed up at your local Air Force recruitment station, can stop the Russians from taking the president down. Do you think President Joe Biden's going to be able to do it without you? Well, then fine, don't sign up today. Join today at Air Force. Not the pilots. Fuck those guys. They think they're better than me? They're not better than me. I'm an Air Force recruiter. Fuck those guys. Join something like the PJs. Or like Ground Refueler. Join today at Air Force. Because only you can save Harrison Ford from those dirty Russians. Yeah, I'm not joining the Air Force. That sounds super popping pussies, popping bitches. Talking like I know what this is.
Cats are cunts, and I believe that all you guys can lick my scrunts.
Yeah, I think we would talk this loud usually.
This sounds about where my usual
This is where we would
conversation.
talk.
I'm talking over you.
I
I talk first. My erection is hardcore.
We did it.
We're trying so hard. Cheers.